Here we go, family. Part 2. I'm back with part 2. Let's enjoy it. As I promised you, I'm delivering. Responsibility. During that time, I was fighting with my family over the money. Sometimes they send me money, I use it for the alcohol. I keep asking for money. I created a lot of trouble between my family, my brothers, my siblings. I caused a lot of trouble. I caused them to fight each other because of me. Some of them defend me. Some of them argue with. They try to pressure me to leave the Uganda to go to Angola to work. I should have done it, but the lesson was not over. God didn't finish teaching me. God placed me in that situation in order for me to get better. But sometimes when we meet new people, my friend started to change. He was manipulating me. He was doing all the negative things during this time, just jumping to the main titles, okay, main things. I want to, because I cannot explain to you everything. So we met new people. He started to side between he started to choose sides. He started to neglect me. He started to side between in their line. He started aligning himself with them, and he started exposing everything I told him to them. He used to expose everything I told him in front of people to tie me up. I had a problem. I never knew how to spend money. One day he told me, let me hold your money for you, so you don't know how to spend, so I can give you enough money for you. Let me hold the money that you are receiving for your family. I trusted him. I gave him the money. I never understood that the thing he went down was to control me. He knew that if I had money, I would be able to go with other people to drink, to have fun. Whenever I go out with other people, you know what he does to me? He comes when I see him next time I see him, he makes me feel like they make you pay. They played you. They made you pay. Even though those people have paid for me a lot of times, even though I'm the person to pay the least, but he made me feel like I was paying a lot of money. That was a tactic to keep me away from them. He wanted me only to see him. He wanted me to feel like he's the only one who can come close to me. He was trying to keep me away from the people to make me think that he's the only one around me. He's the only one who can understand me. He's the only one who respects me. He tried to convince me that everybody out there looks at me through hatred. They don't respect me. They underestimated me. But something he didn't realize. Him trying to manipulate me, trying to use me in front of people, he didn't know that he was exposing his inner behavior to them. They looked at him as a serious and a good person, but him trying to put me down, he was exposing himself. Later on, after years passed, people, and when I realized that this guy, I have to, when the damage was done, when he damaged my life in a terrible way, I decided, I met new people in my house. I met new people. They were honest people who never had that kind of attention. So my life started changing. I started changing. I started seeing different things, and I started doing all the intoxicating drugs that I was doing. So my brain started to become more serious. So when I met those new people, I started to realize the things he was done for me. He was doing to me. And what happened? Something happened. The fastest days, the days we were supposed to fast in Orthodox. There is 2 months of our fasting. We have to fast to remember what our Lord Jesus did for us. We have to fast for 2 months. We cannot eat animal products like milk, meat, whatever, those things that give you power. So we have to test ourselves, and we're not consuming any food or whatever, water, whatever it is, and from late midnight until 12 p.m. the daytime, 12 daytime. So I'm a type of person who doesn't like to get hungry, but when I was angry, I started thinking a lot of things because there was no drugs inside me. I started thinking about our life, what was happening to me, what was the guy doing to me, because there was no drugs. The drugs were out of my brain. So I started realizing everything he was doing to me. The only people kept me away from going out with them because they really relieved me, because those people were honest the way I was honest. Not everybody was, but they were honest people. So I started realizing that I need to stay away from him. You know what he did? His uncle got married, and his wife gave birth to a boy. Everybody expected we were like brothers with the guy. He manipulated me. We were like brothers. Everybody expected me to be the godfather. But instead, he made a new friend of ours, the Godfather. He was trying to make me feel like I was useless by doing that. But inside me, I knew that I was keeping myself away. But once I knew he did that to manipulate, to ruin my life, to ruin my reputation, from that day, I decided to never call him again. So I never called him for 2 weeks. He ended up calling me. He told me, "Hey, what happened? You lost." He's like, I'm still here." He didn't expect me. I was gone for 2 weeks. So he was expecting me when he did that to me, when he made him the godfather. He was expecting that I'm gonna be weak. I'm gonna come to ask for his forgiveness. I'm gonna make myself available for him. So he can me wherever he wants. But I decided it was over. So I started going out with the new people I met. I neglected him from my life, and it was a hard thing to do. Later on, it passes, but I still gave contact because I cannot forget what he done for me in the beginning. I'm not, so as I told you, he had done some good things for me. That's the reason why I became loyal to him. So I'm not gonna forget what he done for me. So I was calling him after 2-3 months. Within a month, I used to call him twice. But previous to that, when we were close, we used to call like 4-5. I used to call him like 4-5 times a day. But in those days, I was just only calling to make sure everything's settled, to tell him that, so I knew that I could not betray him that directly, but I kept myself away. I started telling what happened to me. There was a boy, 18 years old boy. In that time, I was already 22 years old. That 18 years old boy, I used to tell him my feelings. He used to tell me, he used to advise me, even though later on, I started to bug him. I started to annoy him. He started to tell me that I'm trying to annoy him. But from that moment, I had to fight my war all alone, because the boy, he didn't do anything for me, he didn't do anything to me. But he's right, I was annoying him. I was always talking about him. But later on, I start, something happened unexpectedly. I had a car accident. In Uganda, we have taxis, but because there is a lot of jam, the Ugandan road are very small. So we mostly use bodabodas. If you don't know, for the people who don't know, bodaboda is a motorcycle. Motorcycle, that's what we use, because they are faster. They don't have to stop in the rear when there is a red light. They don't have to stop. They don't have the jam doesn't influence them. They can still go through the cars. So it was Friday 4th. It was a holiday, a holy holiday. We were remembering our Mary Magdalene. We were, that was her day. So I was going to the church. I like going to church. I remember I smoked a little weed. That morning I didn't smoke anything. I just went. I hopped on my motorcycle. We bargained about the price. We dealt, and when I was going, something happened. Unexpected happened. We ended up having an accident with a car. The Buddha guy, when he realized that he was going straight forward to the car, he turned the motorcycle onto the left side. So my leg got stuck in between the motorcycle and the car. I ended up hitting me right in my tibia and fibula got broken. Both the bones which are lower than my knee are called fibia and tibia. They both got broken. I don't know. The first time I fall, I didn't understand. I never felt any pain. But when I see my leg, when I see a little blood and my leg was hanging loosely, I was like, "Oh, what's happening? What is happening?" I shouted my leg. I was shouting my leg. The pain was very bad. So, and the Ugandan people out there, they saw me. They carried me from the street. They put me aside. They carried me from the road. They put me in the street. Ugandan people are very nice people, which I will never forget what they did for me. And all of a sudden, Eritrean guy came. And he saw me. He helped me get in. And the guy who hit us, the car owner, he put us in his car. He was taking me to the hospital. He took me to the hospital. They did all the emergency. They injected me with painkillers. They relieved me from the pain I was feeling. And those 3 days I spent in the hospital, I did my operation. They attached the metal inside my leg. The same very day I got the accident, they put a metal inside my leg. So my operation was done. I stayed for 3 days in the hospital. They discharged me from the hospital. You know who took me home? The guy, the manipulating friend, the guy who was supposed to be my best friend. And then those days when I had a car accident, I had a roommate, and my roommate ended up leaving. He went to to England, sorry. So I was left alone. I had to cook for myself. I have to do all the rushing on my own. The people who I they were supposed to be my best friend, especially not the one, the one I'm talking, not the one I'm telling you about, the other friend who's supposed to be my second best friend. He came to the hospital once, and I never seen him after like 2-3 months after that. He was supposed to be my best friend, but that's what traitors do to you. They only. Here we go, family, part 2.